Hey everybody, welcome to episode 2 of the Pod Extravaganza. Let's just get right into this. Going to cover tracks 5 through 8 this time. These are the ones that I grew up with, and these are some of my favorites in the entire game, even including the downloaded ones, which are probably even crazier. Pompeii is pretty fun, haven't driven it in a while. Got 4 cars left in the original 8. Probably going to go with Arc, actually. It's got good acceleration. You can read these stats. They're pretty self-explanatory. They're pretty accurate too. See how this goes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
It's kind of like Mario Kart. You can actually hold the accelerator at a specific time before the match, before it tells you to go, and it'll accelerate you faster as a result. This thing does handle pretty nice though. Just got to keep ahead of Siobhan there. An old Viper who's always number 1. I always thought this car looked kind of like a bug. I don't know why, but a lot of the downloaded cars have arcs, like they have its stats. There's at least like 5 cars that have it, and I'm not sure why that is. Like, they're good stats, I guess, but they're not really the best thing ever. Should be able to keep up with this guy here. Pompeii's pretty basic. It doesn't really have too many twists and turns. It doesn't have a whole lot of shortcuts that I know of. The pit stop's not a shortcut in this track, like most tracks. Oh shoot. It's on the left there, that's how you get your pit stop, and it's a long ways out of the way. Pardon me if I don't speak a whole lot during this. There's not really a whole lot to talk about on this track. It's not that crazy. Unless you count lava as crazy, which I'm sure somebody does. Ah, dang. This track's one of the ones that it's really hard to catch up on the AI if they're really far ahead. I may not win this one. We're gonna try our best though. This corner coming up on where they turn left, they can mess up on like that. See, he kind of went slow on that, but not really a whole lot of other places, because it's kind of a twisty track. There's not really a whole lot of just sharp corners. Whoa. I love seeing the AIs mess up though, because they don't do it very often. Arc's a good car, but it's hard to catch up to somebody that just goes super fast with this thing, It's only got like 60 max speed, and sometimes you just need 80s, 90s to catch up in the end. Usually ones with below 80, 90 are really only that viable in like super windy tracks. I was thinking this one was a little windier than it actually is, but oh well. If you get to a track like City or something, then something like this will probably shine a lot better. Before today, I never had this many cars push me around. It's pretty nice. I don't think you can go. Actually, you can. I think you can go over the railings, but it's kind of hard to do. Like you can go over the railings on the side of the track if somebody hits you at the right angle, because you can fly off the track in these games. It's just not that common. The downside to this guy pushing me around though is that I get damage from the back, which does slow me down in the long run. But there's not really a whole lot I can do about it, because if I move, he's just going to speed ahead of me. I'm not really willing to go to the pit stop either. It's not worth it in this case. I don't have enough damage to really worry about it. Let's see if I can get second at least. Yeah, 15 seconds ahead of me. There's no way I'm going to catch up to that. Oh, dang. I wonder who's first right now. I doubt I'm going to win this one. Let's check it out. Yeah, Dopple. Dopple going 140. Yeah, right. Huh. Yeah, Dopple never goes that fast when I drive. I need to give Dopple a shot pretty soon here. I love that car. I remember I drove my most driven cars when I was younger was probably Scorp. Probably Sabre. Well, pretty much only Scorp. Ever since I got this recently, though, reinstalled it, I've been liking Dopple a lot. I think I used to drive Gamma a lot when I was younger, but Gamma sucks, I found out recently. Like, it's not a very good car. It's probably the weakest of the original 8. Oh well, you know. 4 out of 8 happens sometimes. Different tracks are sometimes harder than others to win on. Let's see if we can get better on. Oh, Canyon's a lot easier, I think, to, whoops. A lot easier to pull a victory off, especially with a fast car. Let's see. Who's the fastest of the original, of the ones remaining? Okay, we got 49. See, like, the stats on this thing are just awful. It's like it's not very fast, which hurts it, obviously. And you'd think that grip and handling this high would actually help it turn, but it doesn't for some reason. It turns too fast. And you kind of need, if you turn that fast, you kind of need it to slide a little bit, and it doesn't. So it just kind of, it's got really weird turning. I'm not really going to look forward to driving this, but I will do it. Yeah, this is the fastest one remaining. Let's give it a shot. It's kind of average. It's about the same as Arc. I don't know. I wasn't as big a fan of this one just because it doesn't have as much personality as the other cars. Kind of just looks a little more generic. But let's see if we can get this. Oh, come on, Arc. Give me a chance here, man. It's like a Dopple speeding ahead at 200 million miles an hour. Oh, man. Oh. I always thought this car looked kind of like a cross between a VW Bug and a Hummer. I'd love to see that in real life. This is one of my favorite tracks too. It's like, it's pretty basic, but it's got some pretty cool stuff. There is a shortcut jump up here, which is pretty hard for you to get unless you're going at about 160 something, so I'm not going to even bother. Yeah, actually, get my kid and I'm going to try it. Oh, I made it. Oh man, that was close. It's kind of iffy sometimes if you're going to make that. I'm not sure if I'll try it next time, because if you miss it, you just crash into the wall and it takes forever to accelerate again. But this way is a lot faster than not taking that shortcut. Not fast enough for Dopple though. Come on. It's also one of the longer tracks, so it has a lot less laps. Yeah, see, he's really weak on the corners there. That's when your chance is to catch up. If I can stay ahead of him, I should be able to probably pull this off. You know, that's why I like medium difficulty. You don't always win, but you don't always lose either. I'm a tiny bit slow. I'm not going to bother with that. I don't want to miss it. I'm far enough ahead by now that I don't need to take it. The guy is right behind me, but I think I can, if I drive correctly, I think I can keep him from getting ahead of me. Especially on this track, which is pretty narrow. Now I hear him. Yeah. You learn to hear the engine sounds. There we go. You can get him to slam into the wall if you're lucky sometimes. This game can get away with, like, the whole idea behind everything looking so crazy. It's not just in the future, but it's also set place on another planet. Like, I think it's on the Io, the moon of Jupiter, and the whole story behind it is that, like, there's like a virus ravaging the planet or something, and everyone's getting evacuated except for you. And this whole racing scheme is like a competition to find the last ship. So, like, whoever wins the competition is going to get the last ship to get out of here, and everyone else is doomed. There is an intro and stuff like that to this game, which is pretty cool. It's got a pretty neat CG for 1997. You know, it's not really much of a plot, but you don't really need that much. It is kind of cool, though. Glad they spent time to even talk about it. Some of the other, like, there's some really weird tracks in here which don't seem to fit at all, though. Like, there's like this kind of weird medieval themed track. I'm not sure what the heck's going on with that. There's like a glacier track, but you know, a lot of the other ones, I think, you know, are pretty believable. It's a pretty coherent art style altogether, especially with how low resolution everything is. You know, they pull off pretty good. Come on, last lap, I can get this. AV1, this car isn't, it's not like it's super bad, but you know, pretty much everything it does, another car can do better. That's kind of the problem with a lot of these average cars. You know, Doppel's kind of average. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh, shoot. Anyway, it's kind of average, but it handles nice enough that that's something going for it. This one just kind of is average in every way. Oh, dude, I'm a lap ahead of Gamma. Gamma sucks. It's too bad, too. I like how Gamma looks. It's a pretty neat design, but it's just so bad. Hopefully I don't slam into this guy super hard and lose. Wouldn't that be a shame? Slam into the 8th place guy so hard, the 2nd place guy goes first. No, 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 don't catch up now. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Needed that for that shameful 4th place last round. Let's see. Ooh, downtown. Ugh, I guess this is good a time as any of these. Gamma. See if it's supposed good handling makes up for it. This track is a pretty, it's got a lot of corners. It's not really a whole lot of straightaways. You see, you know, it's got a ton of famous pod 90-degree angles. So hopefully, and I wanted to drive Dopple on Veitland because that's an awesome track. This one I always had a huge problem with when I was a little kid. I could never figure out how the heck to go. See if I'm any smarter now. Probably not. Yeah, look how slow they take those corners though. It's really weird. This is a good one of the first tracks that's a really good example of pod's infamous dead ends everywhere. See all those road cones and stuff, but you don't want to go down there. And this is a lot more obvious than some other tracks, but sometimes you get lost still. Yeah, you see, it says I'm supposed to have good grip, but I'm just sliding everywhere. I'm not really sure why that is. This track is probably one of the better ones to have a low max speed on too, because you know you never really get accelerate that much. It's pretty much the polar opposite of Beltane. This car is like the face of Pod too. You know, like it's all in the boxes and stuff everywhere. See it on a lot of videos and stuff too. It's on the intro video. You know, I think it deserves it. It's a really cool looking car. Haven't got damaged yet either, that's nice. Murphy's Law. Oh, come on. Gamma, don't let me down. Quit murdering my firstborn. Quit causing nuclear apocalypse or whatever you're gonna do next. Oh, jeez. Giving her all she's got, Captain. Just too slow as balls. Yeah, see, 8 laps though, man. Shoot, they're even going slow around the corners and I still can't catch up. This car can only go like 140 max. And it's got really slow acceleration, so it can't even get to that 140 in a good time. It's still not, it's not the worst car in the game, don't get me wrong. There's way worse cars than this. But you know, it's pretty bad. It's easily the worst of the first 8. At least this one I have something to talk about, unlike AV1, which is pretty much just the most generic car ever. At least this one's interestingly bad. Yeah, and like even I have 2 little damage I think to make up taking 10 seconds out of my route to go in that pit stop. At least let me catch up to the blue car. Come on, man, have mercy. Oh jeez. I'm pretty sure there's no shortcuts in this track either. Like I remember crashing into all those road cones at some point, but there's nothing there. Sad days. No, don't let me lose my 6th place. This is also one of the few tracks I think that takes place in like normal day. Most of them are it's like sunset or at least have some really weird skybox. Oh man. My booty hurts. No! Shoot, I'm trying as hard as I can here, man. Why can't things be like they were? Well, at least I got 6th, I guess. Oh, that was bad. Alright, see if I can redeem myself with this last one, though. Veitland, my favorite track probably in the entire game. I don't know, it's a really fun one. It takes place on bars or something. Okay, here we go. Dopple, otherwise known as what Gamma should have been. You know, it's not fast, but it accelerates fast and actually has good handling. Unlike Gamma, which lies. I wish I could destroy cars because I would destroy Gamma in a heartbeat. So I can edge around here at the beginning. This track's unique because you start off on a different place than like the rest of the track. It's like kind of an offshoot. So you actually never cross the original starting line again in this track. There we go. Look at this. No slipping or anything. And this track you kind of need it too, because it's got a decent amount of corners also. I remember I played this track so much. I don't know why I liked it so much, but I still like it. One of the few times you do need brakes on the track is right here, because if you don't, you're going to go flying into this edge right here. There we go. This car doesn't have very good brakes, but it's not that fast anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And that's pretty much the only time you ever need it. One of the few tracks you need it on anyway. Should be able to get this one though, pretty easy. There is a jump right there on the left, but never take it because it sucks. It's just kind of for showing off. It just slows you down way too much and doesn't really go anywhere. The AI takes it sometimes, but there are always the AIs in the last place that tells you anything. I also think this is one of the coolest looking tracks too. It's got a cool aesthetic. I think one of the, not a fan site, but there was like some site somewhere that had some information, some kind of obscure information from the pod, like the developers or something, saying that Veitland was like a prison area or something like that. I'm not really sure where I found that, but I think it linked to HQ at some place in one of the other tracks. And it kind of looks like a prison too, like look at these kind of dull gray buildings. Something that's always baffled me about this track is that right here on the left you can see another road, and you can drive down that road, but it's got no entrance, so you just, you know, like the corner's right here. I don't know what purpose that serves. I don't know if it's just decoration or what. You know, you drive back down the road the wrong way and it just ends in a dead end. And it goes pretty far too. I have no idea what the purpose of it is. It's going to be a mystery for the ages. This track is also one of the easier ones to beat the AI on too, because they really are terrible at going down this hill. You know, they slow down a lot. I haven't mentioned it yet, but this game does have a setting you can switch between either manual or automatic shifting. I've never really tried it with manual that much, but I've seen some people that could get crazy high speeds with it, so maybe I should, but I don't really know how to use it. I heard there's some bug you can get. If you're going downhill, you can get to like 300 miles an hour if you use some kind of weird shifting combo, but I've never really tried it, and I doubt I can find where I read that to how to do it again. Oh. Man, this car handles so great. It almost makes me forget that Gamma exists. Something else I realized, when I played this game when I was younger and I had the old OEM version that wasn't updated, the cars didn't have hubcaps. They were just like black cylinders. I don't know why that is. It was especially obvious on like Sabre with its giant wheels. His white hubcaps now, it used to just be kind of look like Twinkies or something. Alright, there we go. I doubt I'm going to win any records. Whoa, I did! No way! Huh. I didn't think that was even very good of a lap. Well. Alright. Anyway, that was episode 2. Stay tuned for next round where we're going to dig deep into Plant 21, another one of my favorites. Anyway, have fun.